Hello there. The intention of this practice is to serve to help ground you during these anxious times. And so thank you for being here. We're going to start by taking the time to come to our practice. So take a moment, notice the space you are in, noticing the walls, floor, objects in the space, colors, noticing different textures. Maybe notice how light and shadow are playing in the space. And then bring your attention more inward and let yourself notice your body. Notice the boundary of your skin. Maybe notice the parts of your body that are touching something solid. Noticing what it feels like for the skin to touch the air. The sensation of your clothes resting on your skin. And then shift your attention to notice your breath. Notice the sensations that let you know an inhale is moving in, an exhale is moving out. And now, in this practice, there will be several opportunities where we will use a humming breath. And the intention with this is that it lengthens your exhale, which can be calming for the nervous system. It also engages a nerve called the vagus nerve, which can also help with helping us feel a little bit more calm. And so it's simply going to be a hum on the exhale. And we'll do that a few times here. So inhaling, and then on your exhale, you'll hum. Take a moment just to sit and notice what that humming feels like. If it feels calming, know that you can do it anytime. It doesn't have to be just on your yoga mat. And then we'll take that into our first yoga posture, Chakravarkasana. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. If you have knees that are sensitive, or if you just like padding, please feel free to use a blanket, a pillow, a towel underneath your knees, just to kind of soften the earth when you come on down. You'll place your hands onto the ground, about shoulder distance apart. Take a moment to feel the hands press into the earth. Maybe feel the tops of the feet lightly press into the earth. And then the flow of the poses are going to be, as you inhale, you're going to arch your back into cow pose. And then as you exhale, you'll pull your belly in, lower your head, and sit back into child's. So your inhale, you come up, looking a little bit forward. And then as you exhale, draw the belly in and relax down to the floor. Now, if you'd like to add that humming breath, what we'll do is we'll bring it in on the exhale when we come back towards child's. adjusting your arms as you need to. You can put them underneath your head, down by your hips, letting the head relax towards the floor. Taking a few gentle breaths, maybe feel them in the back, right where the ribs meet the low back. Enjoying one more breath here. And then from here, we're going to come up to standing. So we're going to come into mountain pose. So standing with your feet about hip distance apart, toes facing forward. You can shift your weight forward and back, and bend and straighten the knees, just to feel a little bit more awareness in your legs. We're going to actually start this with something a little bit non-traditional. We're actually going to shake here a little bit. When we're feeling a little bit anxious and stressed, it feels like there's a lot of energy in our system, and sometimes just shaking it off can help. So you're going to take an arm, let it shake. No real formal technique with this, but just kind of imagine shaking it out. You're going to come to the other side, give that arm a little bit of a shake. Don't worry, no one can see you, so just kind of have fun with this, be silly. Okay, and then you can kind of bounce your heels, and then maybe shake arms, legs. If you want, you can make some sound while you're here. And the idea is trying to shake off the stress. Animals in the wild, when they are in a stressful situation, say they are being chased, they happen to get away. When they get safely away, they actually will shake and get the rest of the stress hormones out of their system before they go about their day, and then casually graze, walk out around. So we're allowing ourselves that opportunity since we may not be moving around as much as we usually do. So a few more moments of shaking. All right, and then let yourself pause. So now we're going to coordinate breath with movement. We'll start with our arms moving, so please bring your awareness to your right arm. And on an inhale, you sweep the right arm up and overhead. As you exhale, let that arm come back down by your head. And then to the other side, inhale, left arm reaches up and overhead. And as you exhale, let that arm come down towards your head. Now you can stay with this, or you can add a head turn. We're going to inhale, our right arm reaches up and overhead. And then on an exhale, as that right arm goes down, you're going to turn your gaze to the left. And then on an inhale, you're going to lift your left arm up, bring your gaze forward. And as you exhale, turn your head away from that arm as you look over towards the right. Inhale, let yourself lift your right arm up. Exhale, turn, look left. Arm comes down. Inhale, lift the left arm up, look forward. Exhale, turn your gaze over to the right. Let your left arm come down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, right arm reaching up and overhead. Exhale, turn left as the arm comes down. Inhale, lift the left arm up, look forward. And then exhale, sweep the arm down as you look to the right. Let yourself bring your head to center. Let yourself center in mountain pose. And now we're going to move into a standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Now this is a place where if you would like to bring the floor up to you, reaching the floor is a little bit difficult. You might want to grab blocks or books or something that has some height. And so I'm going to set my blocks up here in front of me. And we're going to do a forward bend where we're purposely letting our hands stay a little bit lower down, giving us a little bit of a massage. So we're trying to ground, trying to feel solid in the legs here. So you're going to soften your knees, hands are on your thighs, and then as you exhale, slowly slide your hands down the legs as far as feels comfortable to you. And then on an inhale, you're going to slowly make your way back up. And now what we're going to do is add our hum on the way down. So you're going to exhale. And again, exhaling. Now this next time we're going to go down and we're going to stay down. Now you may want to have your hands rest on blocks. Maybe they come down to the floor. But find a place where you can relax into this as best as you can. Feel free to soften the knees if it feels a little too intense behind the legs. While you're here, can you feel your feet connect to the floor? Maybe on an inhale, bring your awareness to your sit bones, lifting up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, can you relax the weight of your head? Relax the jaw, the tongue inside the mouth. And then when your next inhale arises, let yourself soften the knees, bring your hands back to your legs, and slowly make your way back up. And so now we're going to come into a bit of a kind of moving chair pose, but we're going to add a different arm variation. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of a kind of a hug. So we're going to open our arms out to the side, and as you exhale, can you cross your right arm over your left? Inhale, open it up, and then switch. Can you cross your left arm over your right? So what you're going to try to do as we do this sequence is each time you hug, see if you can switch which arm is on top. Don't worry if you don't do it, it's just an intention, you can try it. And now if you want to ground a little bit more in the legs each time we hug, what we're going to do is sit into a mini chair where you aim your hips back, hinging at your hips, give yourself a good little squeeze, and then inhale, open up. So I'm just turning sideways so you can see this. You're going to exhale, sit back, give a hug. Inhale, open up. Let yourself do one more here. And then what we're going to do is you pick which arm you want to hold on top. We're going to hold it for a few breaths. So you sit yourself back down. And as you inhale, can you breathe in a way that you feel a sense of kind of broadening across your upper back? As you exhale, feel the belly draw in. Now, if anytime you need to straighten the legs, honor that. You could do this standing tall, okay? But can you feel this quality of giving yourself a nice, deep, grounding hug? One more breath here. And then to come out of it, just imagine you're taking off a sweater. Bring your arms up and over. Come on down. And see how that felt. Hopefully you feel a little bit more kind of grounded in your body. Okay. So we're going to step our legs out wide here. We're going to start with jala sway or water sway, and then we'll play a little bit from this. So what you're going to do is bend your left knee and kind of feel how the weight kind of spills into that foot, into that hip. And now push into that left foot and let that cause you to rise, but then continue to the other side. And then you're going to push into that foot and come up. And now start to go with your own rhythm. You don't have to follow mine, but just from swaying side to side, and you have what initiates the movement being the push of the foot that kind of pushes you up. Now if you want, you can keep your hands on your thighs if that feels good, or if it feels like they want to sway a little bit, they can kind of follow the movement of your lunge. Maybe they move on a horizon. But you could also kind of play with making them into an infinity sign, a figure 8 on its side. Maybe you imagine you have really thick finger paint in front of you and you're kind of painting the wall. Kind of feel that weightedness, that viscosity. And then just a couple more pass-throughs here. You can make it small, you can make it big. Notice what you need right now. And then you'll come into center. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit, like imagine a sumo wrestler I don't exactly look like one for those who have met me. I'm not even 5 feet, but we're going to try to pretend here. Okay, and so what we're going to do is bend your knees a little bit, make sure it feels okay on your knees. And can you shift your weight into one foot, maybe briefly lift the other, and can you stomp it down? Okay, so shift and stomp. Okay, so we're trying to really ground, okay, and feel connected to the earth. Now, don't worry about this. I'm actually being filmed and I'm doing this. I feel a little silly, but sometimes we need to feel a little bit silly. But let yourself have fun stomping into the ground, into the earth. Maybe there's something you want to let out. Earth can take it. Okay, and try one more, maybe 2 more here. Okay, and then come into center here. Turn your toes forward. Thanks for playing with me. And so now we're going to come into a more traditional pose. We're going to come into fan pose. So what we'll do is similar to what we did with the forward bend. Let your hands be on your legs. Okay? So we're kind of having more of a downward energy. You're going to take your hands, slide them down the legs, soften the knees as you go. Maybe enjoy feeling the massage of the legs. And then on an inhale, come back up. And we're going to add our hum on this. So on an exhale, inhale back up. One more. And now here, in the downstroke, stay here. Again, bring whatever support you need. Bring the earth to you in blocks or books. Maybe your hands are touching the floor here. You can shift your weight a little bit forward, a little bit back. Can you find that place where you feel most balanced? And as you exhale, can you let your upper body relax? Let the head hang heavy. One more breath here. And then to come up, soften the knees, root into your heels, bring your hands back to your legs, pulling the shoulder blades back as you reverse hinge up. Let yourself bring your feet together. And take a moment. Notice your breath. Can you bring it down into the upper belly, kind of where the diaphragm is? If you want, you can even bring your hands here to bring your intention or your attention into this space. And then we're going to come back down to the floor. So we're going to come back to our hands and knees position. So if you want to grab a blanket for your knees, here's a good time to grab that. And we're going to start with the Chakravakas we did before, but I'm going to add an option that if you would like to come into downward facing dog at this point, you can. But know that if downward facing dog doesn't match your needs, you just keep coming forward and back between cow pose and child's pose. So we've got our hands underneath our shoulders for the most part. Okay, you're going to inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, pull your belly in round. You come back into your child's pose. Then on an inhale, you'll come back up, and this is where you choose. Either come into downward facing dog where you tuck the toes under, or come back into that child's pose we just did. And then you're going to inhale, come onto your hands and knees. If you want, you can add the hum here when we go back. Inhale down. Exhale, coming back. And again, if you want, you can move your hands so that maybe your fists are underneath your forehead if that feels nice and quieting. If it feels more grounding to come down to your feet, you can bring your hands down in the direction of your feet. Maybe you can hold your feet. And enjoy a few breaths resting, watching your breath, and feeling supported by the earth beneath you. Now, in a moment, we're going to come onto our belly and do a variation of locust pose. But I'm going to be offering an arm variation which might be unique to you, and I want to show you first. After you see it, feel free to fast forward over this as you watch this video. So it's an arm salute, and what we'll be doing is we'll be taking our hands behind our back, palms facing out. And then the idea is as you inhale, you'll sweep one arm up and bring it to your forehead while you lift your head up. And then as you exhale, you're going to sweep that arm down and you're going to look away from where that arm is going. And then now that you're looking to a new side, what you'll do is you lift that side arm up, you look forward, or in this case it'll be on the floor, and then as you exhale, you sweep that arm down and you look away from the arm. Okay? So that's what we'll be doing if you would like on our belly. If that doesn't work for you, you can just do the leg component of lifting and alternating the legs. So let's come on down to our bellies. So you're going to come on to the belly, maybe just take a little time to kind of shift your weight from side to side to kind of snuggle in. And then we're going to bring our hands onto our back. Okay, your feet are comfortable, say hip distance apart. Let's start with just moving the legs. And I have my head turned to the side just so you can hear my voice better. You can place your head right now wherever it works best for you. We're going to inhale, stretch the left leg out so long that it hovers up, keeping the front of the left hip down. And then exhale, lower it down. Then you're going to switch to the other side, lift the right leg up, keep the front of the right hip down, and exhale down. So you can stay with that, or you can add lifting the opposite arm. So on an inhale, we'll lift our left leg, sweep your right arm so that the hand rests underneath the forehead. Exhale, you're going to turn your head left, lower the arm down, lower your leg down. Inhale, lift the right leg, sweep the left arm, come up. Exhale, sweep the left arm, turn to the right. Inhale, lift right arm, left leg, salute. Exhale, lower everything down, turn left. Inhale, lift right leg, left arm, look to the mat, salute. Exhale, turn your head to the right, lower down. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, lift left leg, right arm. Exhale, turn left. And then to complete the set, inhale, lift right leg, left arm, salute. Exhale, turn your head to the right, lower everything down. Let yourself bring your hands underneath your forehead. Rest your head on the forehead. Maybe turn the heels out a little bit if that would feel good on your back as you rest here. And then we're going to turn ourselves over on our back for a counter pose after doing that back bending. So let yourself roll on over. Okay, and then what we're going to do is just hug both knees in towards your chest. This is basically just kind of, you can think of it as child's pose just on your back. So if ever you have sensitive knees and you don't want to do child's pose, you can always come here. Sometimes that's a little bit more accessible. Okay, so we're going to keep our knees in towards our chest, but we're going to let go with our arms. You'll place your arms down onto the floor. We're going to do a little bit of what's called hemispheric integration. We've been doing a little of that already, where you're using one side of the body and then the other side. So right arm, left leg. Okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to take your right leg, stretch it towards the ceiling. Left arm is going to reach either towards the ceiling or alongside the ear if that feels okay. And then you're going to exhale, bend to the right knee, bring the left arm down. And then we're going to do that to the other side. You're going to lift left leg, right arm on your inhale. Exhale, bring it down. And then we will do both arms, both legs. So inhale, extend, and they don't have to get perfectly straight, just as far as it feels comfortable to you. And then exhale down. So let's repeat that sequence again. You're going to inhale, lift the left leg and the right arm. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, lift the left arm and the right leg. Exhale, fold it in. And then inhale, both arms, both legs. And exhale down. One more time. Now you do it with the rhythm of your own breath. Arm and opposite leg. Fold it in. And then after you do each diagonal, you'll do both. And then come back to just hugging the knees in towards the chest. If you'd like, you can rock a little bit from side to side. Okay, from here we're going to come into a twist. And I want to give a couple options. For some of us, we're going to prefer having our feet down on the floor. Sometimes this can be a little softer on the back. So you could kind of bring your feet down a little wider than hip distance. Or if you'd like it to be a little bit more muscularly active, you can bring your knees in towards your chest and hug your knees in. In either case, we're going to bring our arms out to the side, kind of a little bit lower than shoulder height. And you can have your palms down here. What we're going to do is as you exhale, let your knees move to the right, but only as far as you can keep your left shoulder down. You're going to inhale back into center, and then exhale, let the knees go over to the left, keeping your right shoulder down. And come back to center. If you would like, you can turn your head in the opposite direction of the knees. So as your knees go right, you look to the left. You come to center, the nose comes to the center. And then as your knees go left, you look to the right. So do this one more set, exhaling as you go to the side. Inhale as you come back into center. See if you want to add that counter turn of the head or not. And then the next time you are in center, you'll lower your feet down. Feel the support of the feet on the floor. Feel your low back on the floor. Your shoulders resting on the mat. The back of your head resting on the mat. So now with your feet resting on the mat, we're going to start to move into bridge pose. And we're going to add some of that kind of arm choreography that we've done earlier. So we'll start just with a regular bridge. Feet grounding into the floor. You're going to press into the feet, and then on an inhale, let yourself lift the hips up. Slowly let the spine roll up. And then as you exhale, can you slowly lower down upper back, mid back, low back, and tailbone. And now you can just stay with that, or you can add an arm movement where we're going to inhale, right arm goes up as we lift the hips up. And now as you exhale and that arm goes down, can you turn to the left, looking away from that arm? And now we're going to push from the feet, come back up. This time left arm comes up and overhead. And then as you exhale, look to the right as that left arm comes down. So we're looking away from the arm as it comes down. Now we're looking to the right, so we bring the right arm up. Look to the ceiling as you lift up in a bridge. As you exhale, lower the arm and hips down, look left. Inhale, push into the feet, lift the left arm up. Exhale, look to the right as the left arm comes down. So let's go through that one more time here. Inhale, push into the feet, lift up, right arm's reaching up and overhead. Exhale, right arm comes down, look left. Inhale, left arm reaches as you come up into bridge, gaze to the ceiling. And then exhale, turn to the right, let the left arm come down. Let yourself bring the head into center, let the back of the head be heavy into the mat. And then we're going to come into Apanasana, knees to chest. Invite the knees in towards your hands, kind of cup them. Start with your elbows straight, but you're still holding the legs. And then as you exhale, you're going to pull the belly in as you hug the knees in towards you. On an inhale, push the knees away. And now we'll add our hum again. Exhale. Inhale, push away. Last time. Okay, bring the knees in, just hold it here for a few breaths. Notice if you would prefer to just stay steady, or if a little rocking side to side would feel nice. Or if circling the knees around would feel nice. And notice what helps your low back settle into the support of the floor. And then we're going to do one more practice before Shavasana. But you want to kind of set up as if you're just going to slide right on into Shavasana. So for some of us, maybe we are comfortable with our legs outstretched, okay? But for some of us, sometimes this doesn't feel so relaxing on the back. It kind of creates a little bit of an arch. So in that case, I would recommend placing something underneath your knees. And so it could be a bolster, you could get some towels, some pillows, and you can bring this underneath your knees, and sometimes that creates a lot of ease in the back, which is really a sweet thing. So from here, you're going to let yourself get comfortable. And so this movement is called hand and foot blossoms. Okay, and we're going to do that hemispheric integration, an arm or a hand and an opposite foot. So the movements you'll see is we're going to make soft fists with our hands. Okay. And then on an inhale, can you open your right hand and pull the toes of your left foot towards the shin. Then as you exhale, relax the foot and make that soft fist of the right hand. And then we'll do the other diagonal. You'll open your left hand and flex your right foot. And then you're going to exhale, pull them back in. And now both feet, both hands. Inhale, open both hands, flex both feet. And exhale, come back in. So we will do this 2 more times. So right hand, left foot. Exhale, come back to your start. Inhale, left hand opens, flex right foot. Exhale, relax them or pull them back to start. And then inhale, open both hands, flex both feet. And exhale. Now you do it on your own. Hand and opposite foot. Doing the other side. And then when you're ready, you'll do both sides. And then relax, coordinating the movement and the breath. Let yourself relax into your restful position. As you lie here, take a moment to notice what your body feels like lying here on the floor. And then divide your body into its halves, left and right, along the line of your spine. And now notice, do these 2 sides feel similar? Do they feel different? What do they feel like right now? We're going to spend a little time focusing on each side on its own. So please bring your awareness over to the right half of your body. And can you notice your right foot, your right ankle, the right lower leg, the right knee, the right thigh, right hip and buttock, right half of the pelvis, right half of the belly and low back, right waist, right chest and upper back, right shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist, and right hand. Bring your awareness up to the right neck and throat, the right back of the head, the right face, and the right crown of the head. Bring your whole right half of your body into your awareness for a few more breaths. And now let go of that and bring your awareness to the left half of your body. Bringing your awareness to your left foot, the left ankle, the left lower leg, the left knee, left thigh, the left hip and buttock, the left half of the pelvis, the left belly and low back, the left waist, the left chest and upper back, left shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist, and left hand. Coming up into the left neck and throat, left back of the head, left front of the face, and left crown of the head. Take a moment to be with the left side of your body. And now bring the right side of your body back into your mind. And can you feel where these two halves meet along the channel of your spine? And now center your awareness in the center of your pelvic floor, the center of your pelvis, the center of your upper belly, the center of your chest, the center of your neck and throat, the center of your head, and the crown of your head. And now let go of the focused attention and just allow yourself to rest here for as long as you would like. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you and enjoying the flow of the breath that breathes you.